This is the Follow Through. I'm Pastor Fred, and we're going through 40 days of the Forgiving Challenge, embracing the freedom we have because of what Jesus did on that cross. He's forgiven us. We have life. And so this week, all this week, such an important topic, talking about how all of that, right? Confessing our sins, being forgiven, how that restores us, restores our relationship with God, and it restores really just everything in our lives is kind of now a part of God's plan and is aligned in His right direction and what He wants us to be doing. Now, the question today that I want you to grapple with, it's a real simple one. It's you'll find it kind of written there on page, it's on page, let me see, I can't find the page. It's 203, I believe. Do you love Jesus more than anything? Jesus said the greatest commandments, right? We're to love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Now, God is love, right? And we love because He first loved us. And I don't know how much time we give to thinking about whether we really love Him or not. We might be thankful for Him. We might feel like, Lord, I think it's awesome that you did that for me. But is there a love that's there? I'm not talking romantic love. I'm talking about like this deep abiding affection, right? This passion that like He is everything. It's beyond any kind of human experience that we might know when it comes to love. So that's why I think it's difficult for us to think about, because it's not something we're used to, right? We're used to relationships with husbands, with wives, with kids, with families, with moms and dads and all of that. But to think of loving God, it's so important that we look at that, because that's the question that Jesus asks Peter. And maybe that's at the heart of the problem, is that maybe we don't really like do things that are going to help that love to grow, our love for Him. Maybe we don't even know that that's appropriate, or that we should do that, or we could do that. Because Jesus asks him, as He is restoring Peter, He says, Simon Peter, in John 21:15, they had just finished breakfast. He says to Simon Peter, He says, Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these? And he said to him, yes, Lord, you know that I love you. And so Jesus said, okay, feed my lambs. Because we know that as we love God, right, we do what He calls us to do. We live the life He wants us to live, right? Why? Because we're following Him and we're with Him and He is with us. Man, that's a picture of restoration if I've ever seen one before. Because otherwise God would be just like, all right, you guys, I'm done with you. You go and do your thing and I'll go off to something else. No, He goes with us and is with us just like He was with Peter. And so what we want you to do on page 205 today is ask yourself that question. Do you love Jesus more than all the other things in your life? Write down, what are some of those things? Like, bring that to God. Because they're there. And again, if we learned anything from the first couple weeks, it's like, let's look at the sinful things in our life. Let's look at the times we don't trust Him, and let's confess them. And let's experience His forgiveness so that this restoration can kind of break through and do its thing in our lives. All right? We'll talk to you next time for another Follow Through.